there. With mind tranquil and clear, thus vast as the universe, they remain unwavering for countless kalpas. Infinite Dharma door readily appear in front of them. They attain great wisdom and completely connect with Dharma. Okay, please be seated. Almighty Study Group opens our heart. Tzu Chi family come together. Study masters footprint, cherish Tzu Chi's affinities. Pass on the Dharma lineage, recruit talents, work together, work hard together. Shangren said that you are the Dharma messengers. Pass on the Dharma mindfully. So Master Chen Yan's ideal talents are modest and not arrogant, pure with self-respect, cultivation, and virtue. Always hold selfless love and treat everyone equally. Be open-minded and control temper. Work hard and harmoniously with others. Good at it in speeches and actions. Enlightened, virtuous, with a pure, purified heart. Focus on general principle, not trifles. With the above characteristics, qualified followers. They will be the qualified followers of Master. So, this week we are going to study this part of the Master's footprint. First of all, so today we will have 7 sisters and brothers translating for you. Yeah, we are so glad here. So today we are going to introduce you to one of our translator, interpreter, brother Jack Fan. He is the leader of our team. So we really appreciate his efforts in leading us the second team of the translation team. Yeah, you may wonder why we have so many people working together to achieve the goal of translating the online study group. And it's because that when we work together, then we can share the load and then learn from each other. Yeah, this is a feedback from the last week's session. Yeah, and then this is some feedback from China. And Sister Li Fen shared also last week, and that inspired a lot of feedbacks. Also, Sister Hui Miao about her efforts in prison caring program. And also, she also shared about one of our most senior volunteer in Hualien Ciji Hospital, Sister Yan Huimei, which also touched many people. And Sister Jenny and then Brother Victor also has this Voices of the Great Love. This program also inspires a lot of feedback. And this is about that about the feedback for this program. So this is a new Dai drama just started, and because last time they were here and then sharing the actor and also the brother Gao, he himself is also in last week's program. And then it was very touching because people sees the program and that it was just being so mindfully and then dedicated put out, and then so a lot of the story inside was very touching. And also the sharing from Dr. Zhang from Ciji Darling Hospital also won a lot of feedbacks about his sharing about how to take care of our liver, and then the new development in curing liver diseases. And additionally, Dr. Zhang also put on a show of his saxophone. So, and one thing special is that Dr. Zhang is so caring a doctor that he also went to the rural area and then taking care of giving the home visit to some patients. And we also have feedback from US, from Canada. It was about that because last time was on May 5th, which is our 55th anniversary. So additional feedback from mainland China. That because it was also Master Chen Yan's birthday, 85th birthday, so people was overjoyed in celebrating Master's birthday and also the Ciji's anniversary, 55th anniversary. So additional feedbacks. Yeah, they have a lot of feedback. Many of them are regular participants of this online study group. Oh, this is the feedback from Malaysia. Oh, so some feedback from Indonesia, from Laos, and then also from Philippines. They appreciate Sister Mei-Yun's leadership in putting out this program for sister and brother around the world. Oh, so these are the feedbacks from Taiwan. Yeah, many feedback from Taiwan. Oh, this is from YouTube, which is our program, the English program. And then we also have quite a few feedbacks. It's a happy birthday, 慈济55. Kak Effie also a regular participant as well. And Brother Paul Ju. Sister Mei was sharing a story about a sister living so frugally. Yeah, and then she donated, even though living so frugally, she donated actually 30 million Taiwan dollar, which is about many. Yeah, originally they actually are deep in the debt, but after that she made it resolved to donate to Tzu Chi. Actually, their family situation was improving so much. It is scary to know that there are no symptoms for liver disease at the initial stage. Dr. Zeng is so I was reading the last feedback. Have no many dedicated and professional doctors. 他就说真的就是完全没有很恐怖的就完全没有。Yeah, we are so lucky to have so many great doctors in Tzu Chi Hospital. They are so dedicated and they care a lot of our volunteers as well. And finally, we have this Hot Lotus program. Maybe you are aware of that. And do you know how many lotus we have raised? Each lotus is representing about $400. And this is feedback also from the story is actually about Brother Gao, and Brother Gao was with us last time, and this drama is about his story called "Returning from a Journey of Drugs," and it was deeply using the drugs, and then he was able to turn back, and then now he's become a volunteer that helped to promote the drug-free society. And he said that he thanks everyone for supporting him about the drug prevention program. And he actually also learned a lot from Sister Mei-Hui, from her endless energy. And this is some feedback from Europe. This is our office director in France. And one of our Malaysian volunteer actually drew the comics after she listened to the talk. And and this Malaysian sister also drew this. So I want to thank all the participants to this program. Yeah, because your accompany, we feel inspired. And now we are having a call out to Turkey. Oh, this is actually program.
So the Brother Faisal, who a lot of you may have known, as well as his wife, Sister Nadia, they have been dedicated their lives in Turkey. So this is where they're sharing the experiences in the Tzu Chi Technical Technology University, and has shared that this love is unable to be depleted. In addition, they were also sharing stories of how the Manor House School was organized. So as we can see, with technology, our forces are combined. Because of their dedications, because Brother Faisal and Sister Nadia's dedications, they were able to form this school but at the same time, it's also connected them to the U.S. education mission. They were in contact with the CEO of the education mission in the US and they were reaching out to form their humanistic programs to help educate the Syrian refugees. In 1999, due to the earthquake in Istanbul, that's how Brother Faisal got into contact with Tzu Chi. But besides being motivated by Tzu Chi, he's also had a lot of questions. And these questions may be present in all of us. But nonetheless, his stories may be well known because of because of the roles he played in such a big event. And recently, we can see that even though we don't wish there are any disasters, but every time we receive when there's an accident, we receive blessings from overseas. And this is a clip we see of the children, the students in the Mada House School, extending their love and their well wish to the train accidents that happened in Taiwan actually a couple of months ago. And they were expressing how they feel sadness as well as sorrow, just because even though they're not related by blood at all, they still feel like they're brothers to those who are affected. So as soon as they heard about the train accidents, they were extending their love. Now, even though Brother Faisal and Sister Nadia are currently in Taiwan, the love from Turkey never waned. So from now, let's give them a round of warm welcome and share that we like to be with them because they have the positive energy. And so what we can see here, this is Brother Faisal and Sister Nadia. Dear Master, and the viewers of the Global Book Study, and I wish you all well. And we're so great to have you all here. And wish everyone to be peaceful, be joyful, and be safe. And now I would like to share what Teacher Mei-Hui has to share with all of us earlier. In the past 6.5 years, nearly 7 years, we have what we have done in Turkey. And much like the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings, they have shared with us that they dedicate themselves to relieving sufferings, after which they guide people to happiness. And when I saw this quote, I had a lot of feelings from this, because this is what Master Zheng has been trying to teach us. In Tzu Chi, with compassionate heart, we are relieving the sufferings. But in addition to giving material goods, we're also giving them spiritual care. And we're teaching them to turn from a receiver to a giver. And let me share with you one of the kids in Istanbul. Previously, when we heard of the word refugees, we would imagine their lives to be, in a very poor condition. Well, this is in January, when we heard of this story, when I received a message. This is one of the kids who had left for Europe. He had joined a smuggling group and was caught in the border between Albania and Turkey. In Albania and Greece. The driver was scared when they were caught. So the driver was speeding away and overturned the car. Out of the 11 people in there, 10 were were injured and one passed away, and that kid was the one that passed away. This is Nadia, who from this picture we can see that she was very sad because when we took the picture, she just lost her mother, and she still has 11 brothers and sisters. Even though she had no legs anymore, nowadays she still gained her smile. In year 2000, in January, I have received from the hand of our global volunteer director, Stephen Huang, to receive the Tzu Chi flag and aided the earthquake victims in Turkey. And also met a group of people in 2014, and they all came from Syria. Even though people call them refugees, we call them brothers and sisters. In 2014, we have seen kids like them. They did have no food, and not even don't even mention about education. They have no food at all. And we have seen cases where people receive the blankets and decide to return them in exchange for monetary relief. And we were really saddened by that. So we went out on the street and visit the refugees and noticed that a lot of the kids were at home. They couldn't go to school. So our volunteers went one by one, and we see the kids. We're like police, going door by door, checking them, and ask why they were unable to go to school. When at night, when there's no light, we use our cell phones, we use our car lights. And finally, we got them all together, and we had the schools open for them. As soon as they received the books, they wrote their names on it. And finally, they owned something of their own. At the same time, there are so many other kids who needed to work. The youngest, they started working when they're 6-year-old. And we heard the story, we all brought to tears. And the reason why these kids were working, because they were cheap labor. They could work 13 hours a day, have only about 13 minutes of break. So Master asked us to bring all the kids back, to find them and bring them back to school. So now we have nearly 4,000 students, and one by one, we got them to the Manor House School. And I thought that after 20 years, what will these kids be like? Well, I didn't need to wait 20 years to see if the education worked for them. In 2018, during the earthquake or the typhoon disaster that hit Taiwan, these kids started gathering bamboo banks, donating to bamboo banks. And we even see, handwritten checks for $1 or $5 that they were given. Of course, these slips have no monetary value, but it indicated that even though they don't have anything, they're still willing to give. They still want to give. When Typhoon Yolanda or Typhoon Haiyan hit the Philippines, we are seeing kids draw on the paper, expressing their love and their care for the people affected. Now, because of the pandemic in India, we have seen these kids drawing for them. So far, we have gathered about $6,000, and nobody would believe that these came from refugee families who have nothing, who own very little. And as the kids share, that Tzu Chi is an umbrella that directed the rain from the clouds and nourishing the ground. They say Tzu Chi is like a book. From walking from the left to the right, they were able to stand up tall and be educated. They say Tzu Chi is like a ship. They're carrying living beings across the river and bringing them to rebirth to the shore of Nirvana. So it's much like the Sutra of Innumerable Meanings, of how that Tzu Chi is, that each of us is like a ship captain, that we are directing the ship, carrying each other people. The size of a ship may vary, that all of us could be great captains, and could be great captors and ferry them to the shore. So thank you all so much for listening to us sharing. So as we all can see that they are here, they're all full of smiles. We can see the hopes in their face, in their eyes. Even though we are all very familiar with these stories, every time we hear them, we're still brought to tears. They're so very emotional. The sincerity never wanes, regardless of how many times we hear them. So, much like our listeners, we are very familiar with the stories, but we're still very motivated and respected by Brother Faisal and Sister Nadia, that even within the short 7 minutes, they were able to share and pass on the sincerity and love in their stories. And it's quite amazing to see how these kids were able to be motivated and willing to give at the moment's notice when there's disasters, when they heard disasters around the world. And as we can hear from the sharing earlier, they gathered $6,000 to help the. Now, this is the first time a lot of us have heard these stories. As we can see, $6,000 US for them is a huge number, but they were able to pull their love together, and this is the realization of great love that's taught to these children. So I want to say once more that I like to be with you because you have the positive energy. And we have connected with Brother Faisal and Sister Nadia multiple times, much like the fundraising in the Philippines, and also with Brother Zhou Huang in the English fundraising. We're in different channels, but at the same time, we were sending and reaching out to people across the world and gathering love for the Philippines. So I'm very grateful and very happy to see you all once more. So let's bring the images back. Now let me share with you that on May 5th, we have actually met our goal of more than 10,000 heart lotus. So even though we're really grateful that we reach our goal, this is not something that we can stop, because it's something we must continue on and carry forward the great love. So as of yesterday, we have more than 14,000. We have more than 14,000 heart lotuses, and that came from around the world. We come from Switzerland, Netherlands, England, Italy, US, and in Southeast Asia countries, in Hong Kong, Indonesia, Australia, Brazil, Paraguay, Guatemala, Dominican Republic, from US and Canada. And when I saw these numbers, I was really in shock. And this is not something that, because we see the number 111, because the first time we broke 10,000, that we saw that the numbers as well. So this is not just a coincidence. It is predetermined, because it is an indication that we have one goal. Each of us have one goal and one dream and one master to follow. So when I share with some of the other people were asking, "Oh, give me the account numbers so I can donate from." Now I told them that we're not gathering money for me or for any particular cause, but rather just donate to Tzu your usual way. Just like we share that we care, we love. Like in Dominican Republic, because of their lower income, they divided the heart lotus to about 100, to be 100th, and then getting each petal is about 100 NT. And now they have gathered 14 of these heart lotuses, of each worth 10,000 US dollars, which is about nearly 400 USD. Now we have a lot of us may feel like, oh, we have talked about it, we share with us. If I talk to them more multiple times repeatedly, they might not be paying attention to me. But we see that Dharma Master Zeng Yan has shared a lot of things repeatedly. Like previously, we see that Master in the volunteer assembly previously was only a 30-minute talk, and now Master has talked for almost an hour each. So all of us, we have to be diligent and continue on. So we're not stopping here, because as we gather more fortunes, and we will undoubtedly create a blessing for the world. And this is a clip from last week, when we celebrated May 1st, which is the birthday of Ciji. And they're sharing that how they get together, everyone with cultivating blessings and create a peaceful society. And how they pledge to continue to pledge for the heart lotus. And they're wishing masters have a healthy body, endless life, and blessing. So that was during our anniversary, Ciji anniversary, the 55th anniversary of Ciji. So next, let's pass on to the guided reading. And a lot of us will love Sister Xue-Yu's guided reading because it was so precise and to the point. But she's always prepared this about 2 months ahead of time.
Today's Master's Footprints, I want to share with you the content of 2020 Autumn Volume. Let's read together to witness how various religious groups let go of themselves, unite and cooperate to benefit the world. Today's theme is selfless great love and no trace in great self. Use this theme to extend Chiji's cooperation with charities of different religious organizations for common good and assist the good deeds of Sierra Leone together. In 2014, the Ebola virus raged West Africa and caused panic around the world. We are the first one in 2014 to help them. At least the affinity, the key affinity is we need to thank Stephen Fomba. Stephen Fomba, who was born in Sierra Leone. He moved to California with his grandma in 1996. His uncle contracted Ebola virus because he helped a motorist who was injured in a car accident. And the relatives who cared for his uncle was also infected. So Fomba said, if the family of Chiji can help Sierra Leone, and I'm the citizen of Sierra Leone, why shouldn't I help too? So Chiji worked with local organizations like Caritas and Healy Foundation, International Relief Foundation, and Lenny Foundation. 3 different organizations to cooperate. So we set up a very good relationship. This representatives also went to Hualien to see Master. Let's take a look at the video of Master's presence. You guys have been so hard, working so hard to care for them, and there are so many organizations that we can work together. We have medical system, we have charity system, and if there's anything we need, we can work together to make it up. This is Benjamin from Healy Foundation.
The volume of people and everything. So yes, it's different.
First of all, so just say thank you, and then to see how we continue our relationship and build the friendship that have been established.
And Father Peter from Caritas.
即将到来的2017年，慈济在世界的援助脚步不曾停歇，期待新的合作与计划带领慈善更进一步，撒播更多爱的。
The coming year, that Zhi is still helping the whole world. We hope that the new project can spread more love to the world.
所以人间有爱，互助互爱。那我们讲到狮子山呢，知道它是一个很穷困的国家哈。那在实际到今天
Yeah, Father Peter said, "Friend in need is friend indeed."
那在2019年的时候呢
We know that Sierra Leone is a very impoverished country.
当我们给病人尊严
Up to now, we have helped them a lot.
所以呢，这也是他实践在病房的。
Already 7 years.
那刚刚
In 2019,
共和国是一个很穷贫的。
we renovate one of their most broken hospital.
他们国家也发生
And
很严重的土石流，所以这些天灾人祸。
Father Peter said, we want to give the dignity to the patient.
的人间菩提，相信大家如果有
If you give them dignity, it means that we are actually give them new life. And that's what we want to do.
一夕之间呢，1000多户的房子就这样毁了，那就有7000多名的民众呢，就必须。
In 2017, they have mudslide and flood kill many people. So after that, the Sierra Leone is more poor. So we give them more than just materials, including rice, blanket, second-hand clothing, and shoes. And we also give them the multi-grain powders. On the picture, we can see, the children when they receive all the love from people around the world. In COVID-19, Master designed this 5-gram powder basket with a component that can become water, serve the water, become a component. So the basket can be multi-purpose. Let's take a look at the report, the news. All the material goes to Sierra Leone. This time, not just the 5-gram powder, but also the basket can be used. Can be used as a bucket to wash your hand. Rachel is the director of the orphanage, and they say because it's the rain season, and we need all the food as we can. Only they can only eat white bread. Now they can eat the 5-gram powder. Everybody loves it. Thank you so much. Another disabled community also received this help from us. they will arrange the bucket with water in the community for people to wash their hand also. This is 80 hours. The feed, the material of the 5-gram powder they received can feed more than 400 people. They came last year, but they came this year too. So we were so happy to see you back. We are so appreciate. Hope God bless you. The kids raise up the poster, say thank you, Zhi, for the multi-grain powder. Thank you. We can see that our supply for them, they are so happy for all the kids there. So if we work together with love, that's their happiness. Master say, any religion with the right faith, yeah, they only have different names, but their purpose is the same. It's all love. So this time in the winter volume, Master used this herbal, the Jinshi herbal drink. So Master say it contains 8 kinds of herbal, but when they are combined together, when they become a cup of water, it can be a very you cannot see the original herbal, but it's actually become a very good medicine. So all the nature herbal drink is very good for our health. So we need to work together, just like the herbals, so we can have create blessings to produce peace and shelter the world. Thank you, appreciate. Let's take a look at this screen. Xue is a model. Sister Xue. Sister Xue has been doing this guidance for a long time. And this time she gave me a very good material to show everyone. Actually, we don't need to have power, but we need to have influential ability. So Sister Xue tried so hard to make every possible change for this slide. So everyone is really prepared for all this program. Now it's not easy to get this herbal drink, but we still encourage people to drink it because this is very precious. We must know that this is a very good herbal tea. Master drink this at least 1 cup or 2 a day. So if we have chance to buy this, we need to cherish it. in case you have COVID-19, you actually can have a very good immune ability from drinking this herbal tea. We should cherish these herbal teas. It is actually not easy and very comfortable to eat, very delicious too. So yeah, we need to get more and more friends to drink this. And here are some good response. In Canada, Sister Xin-Ling, and in Thailand, and Sister Yang Mei, a sister from Yang Mei. Victor and Jenny is in Taipei.
江计策他说他漂洋过海来爱我们啊，所以他很好玩。他说，即便是上班时间，他都想尽办法偷听一下。我非常感恩 Margaret Ben， 谢谢你，你是马来西亚吉隆坡的哈。那问候大家。那么周蕊新陈林君石家庄的李平，很早就一起上线来相会喽。Michael Gang， 谢谢你，文法又精进哈。所以他说
all the good response from around the world.
我想很多事啊，不过他开始幸福人生要开始，因为他遇到谢舒雅了哈。所以江策是在嘉义区哈。那雪梅在丰原静思堂长照，哇，非常感恩长照的阿公阿嬷。我们这边续点的是我们保持一定的防疫距离，一起上线哈。素芬师姐她说非常感恩在台北哈跟我们相会。
Sister Su Fen is appreciated in Taipei. And also Indonesia, Badan Island. The sisters work together to join the program. In Canada,
再跟大家做一个分享，那我们往下要跑我们的一个单元哦。那我们看到，这是我们的
European readers also love us.
很厉害，这是我们彼此激励。那看到我们这边的顺口溜团队，美国团队是有5位。
Thank you for all the readers from around the world.
刚才说，其实那刚才你不是已经
You don't have to be
英文口语团队的
you don't have to be very good to start. You need to start before you can.
其实他有一次啊，他就连线听到李怡公医师然后的一个分享。那么在分享的当下里面，因为他同为医师，所以他格外有感。他就是讲到说，有一个牙就是要来看。
Jack is also
进来的时候也没有预约，然后坐下去以后就
doing the translation, but also he is actually writing all these good words.
然后他说，当医生的人最怕就是遇到这样的问题，就是病人已经查了很多资料，然后一坐上去告诉你说我是什么病，好，然后请他诊断这样子。那其实他跟他看了一下，其实他是什么牙龈发炎而已，所以帮他治疗。
He said, as a healthcare worker, it's so hard when people say something that you cannot resolve.
查了一下智障，他为了太保护牙齿，就刷牙太用力，所以把牙龈又刷坏了，刷破了。
Jack is a dentist, and then the patient just complained. But actually, after checkup, he found out that it's only because of brushing the teeth too hard.
而我们的蕊心这一次写来，其实它是扣住慈济 55这件说，慈济今年55，送上我们的祝福。慈济世界手牵手，慈济世界无所求，恭祝上人法体康，常驻世间法轮转，无量寿福传法脉，弘扬中门菩萨道。人生做好3件事，知道如何去选择，明白如何要坚持，懂得如何要珍惜。人间行善才祥和，众生共善才平安。那接下来要邀约大家和着节奏，我们快节奏的把美国顺口溜慎中写的这6页，然后呢一起来看看上个星期有哪些人来上线的，一起来。印尼连线王丽芬，木信木爱万蕊莲，南行
Okay, here we are going to look at the good response. Indonesian volunteers share how they joined the $1,000 fundraising. Medical volunteers of Tzu Chi hospitals have always been supportive of patients and healthcare professionals. Celebrating 55th anniversary of Tzu Chi, volunteers in China share their resolve to promote vegetarian lifestyles. Celebrating their 27th year in Tzu Chi, Brother Victor and Sister Janice share their stories of volunteering. Staff from Dharma joined to share their stories, filming the series portraying the rehabilitation of one volunteer. Thank you so much for all the responses. Dr. Zeng actually showed us to know what happened when you have a stroke. Okay. So all the lecture was very good. We thank everybody. Next month, 22nd, Tang Mei-Yun, Sister Mei-Yun, will come to join us.
If you have heard their sharing, let's see this is Sister Zeng. She is devoted to charity case visit. As you can see, she's not only here to help. So give the neighbor a chance to help others. So every day make a good wish, like now. You help with putting the pipe is very good. Not only care for people, but also motivate the neighbors. Sometimes when we're caring for the people who need help, so don't be the burden of the family. Go to make money. This is not a short-term care, it's a long-term care. When you go to visit this kind of house, they clean up the house, they find some gold in their house. So when we clean their house, we pick up some thing, give to their children. So sometimes in their life, there's medicine, and the people like to respond to you. If you do something, you can feel. You will feel. You will see their improve, and you will smile even when you are sleeping. It's very touching. The volunteer herself also suffered cancer, but if she stay home, she always think she's sick. So the sick is to scare yourself. It's not to scare yourself to death. I want to keep the video. So today we know the people who share today are very senior volunteers. So we'll still show the video of what they were doing. So we keep the safe distance with 3 sharing. Keep a safe distance between the presenter. We move everybody familiar with the visit to people who need to care. Those people, they have done this for more than 30 years. They still were there. Show your face to everybody. So this is brother Zhou, always support sister Zeng. Sister Jia-Ling always recommend some volunteer. Sister Mei-Hui not familiar with. So could you introduce Sister Zeng? I was MC, and Sister Zeng is a teacher for how to visit people who need care. What's the willing power made her doing this for more than 30 years? She is living a very wealthy community, but he goes to the poorest community in the northeast side of Taiwan. It's a forgotten place. So she always go there, see the elderly. She is also a sick person, but she also see those sick person. She cannot come originally because her sickness doctor advised her to go back to the hospital. So just go to the hospital. If you really need to stay at the hospital, I'll take your PPT and share for you. So Sister Zeng said, the doctor said nothing serious, so she can come to the stage today. But 2 weeks ago, when we reviewed the PPT, she was kind of worried. But you don't feel good today because there is she kind of one people she visiting all the time have the sickness. So she's kind of worried about this. 感恩湖 because this is the best arrangement. She can care for those people who need care. he said people who suffer go to the hospital have a very successful operation. And Sister Zhou-Ling is very fluent in describing things because she is also the editor for the Big Love drama. So every time I see the news, see a lot of share would like to invite Sister Zeng and Brother Zhou to share their experience. They represent very important volunteer spirit to visit the rural area. They are the people who pave the road for other volunteers. Let's step forward. Sister Zeng, please go ahead. Master Zeng Yan, Zhou Master, everybody, and Brother Hu and the Zhou Sister Zeng. We met each other several times before. I really appreciate that Sister Zhou-Ling always recommend. I'm here to learn. I'm learning from people here. When I joined the Ziji, because of 1981, my eldest son died from a car accident. I was in sorrow and deep sorrow because once I watched the TV say, Master Zeng said, the life doesn't matter its length, but the width and the thickness, it matters. So if the situation doesn't change, you have to change your mind. So that's why I go out from my deep sorrow, because of the sorrow for lost son. Because there are a lot of impermanence in life and sadness. So that's why I want to go to visit the people who need help. Then I also got this answer. So this is another reason to drive me to go to different communities to help people. So I have raised funds for 30 million NT to save those people. Sickness is not a bad thing. It's a chance for you to change. So I really appreciate because of sickness. So the impermanence of life is real. So if you don't go out, you don't know how people suffer in life. So if I go there, see those people who suffer, why? And we're trying to put off the pain, then go to the middle way. So I want to go to the story of three brothers in the Northeast poor community. These children, we get along with them for 18 years. They kind of got retarded. The road is very narrow. How do we drive two cars? I always tell people must drive very carefully. They come to visit the brothers. Brother always sit here. So this chair he used to sit when he was young as a children. He was so cute. but he earned a lot of awards from school. Once we go to Taipei, we meet at Sister Zeng's home. Because at that time, 3 brothers. So Sister Zeng always cleaned the kitchen for us, and we were learning how to clean our kitchen. Let's see the picture. Oh, Mother, you are so diligent. And the 3 brothers, they really wash the clothes. They're so overweight. One time we took them to see the movies. That's the first movie he ever saw. He still remembers related to Madagascar. That's the first time Sister Zeng bring us to the city. So every time we leave, they walk us to the alley. Every time when Sister Zeng left, she kind of said, "I wish to see her soon," and would like to cry. Wish she can come to us so often. So they went to school. So every time they took a lot of pictures, they don't have any picture of their when they were young. So Sister Zeng bring those picture she took for them before, because our team have taken a lot of picture with putting the picture in the and be a present surprise. We bring the picture when they were young and give you as a souvenir. You can, why don't you open the book? See all your picture when you were young. I can get feedback. I can the best thing I can give feedback is to be a teacher and go to the rural area to help those children, to help them go out to the world. And this is very comforting. It's a new beanstalk. So right now, so this beanstalk grown up and will be a teacher soon. So when the family they were only in elementary school, the father died, the mother went to jail. So only the grandma is taking care of those 3 children. Their life discipline is not very good. So first we just go there and clean their house and show the house how to keep a clean habit, because so we just plan to train those children to be responsible for their own family environment. At that time, they like cook with pig oil, which is not very healthy. So the oil is not in good sanitation condition, cannot be eaten. So they just get rid of the bad oil, cooking oil. So those mushrooms also are fermented. So advised the grandma to throw those away. So the grandma said, just take out the bad part, we still can eat the good part. So if the children grow up in this bad sanitation environment, it's not good way of bring up the children. So in the 18 years, so almost we go to there every month. So every time during their test period, I always prepare some test book for them so that they can grow up in a happy and a healthy. And we also invite them to the happy, healthy camp so they can feel it's good to be healthy and clean. So one time he said he wished to visit Taipei City. So Sister Zeng gave her a test. So why can you clean your house and I can go to bring you to visit Taipei City. So we just go there, check, see if they're really clean their house, their floor is shining clean. So if they have some bottleneck in their study, so we will invite some good young men to be a role model for them. So then, because they don't have parents to guide their lives, so we just guide them to do the right thing for their life. So we also invite them to visit different activity. So she feels very excited to join those different activities, even though they don't have parents to bring them to different activities. Brother Zhou always give a hint. Sometimes brothers have a more different thinking for the kids. So the kids are growing up, so we don't want to get into that bad habit like their parents. They want the brother to go along and can tell the things the family needs to be cared about. Right now, the eldest already graduated from the university. Also got the teacher certificate. So he is going to go through the test to see if he can work in the school. This is a very brief, quick description of how we accompany those families in 18 years. So we care about other people who need care. Nobody care to go past his house because he always get drunk and would get very violent. So when we visit them, and he was drunk, he was on a motorcycle. He saluted to me when I wear the Tzu Chi uniform. People from the motorcycle and they salute to Sister Zeng again. Sister Zeng said, don't salute to us. I just want to visit you, see how you're doing in your home. So there's Mr. Liu said, you can go visit at my house, no problem. So the neighbor comes say, we don't want you to help this person. If you really help this person, we will not agree. So we still give it a try. So when volunteer want to help this family, neighbor said, don't help this family. When we see the village head, said, don't waste your time. Just want to get rid of these two brothers from their house. One is a thief, the other is an alcoholic. So if you throw them away from your village, there are two cases. So every time the one brother get drunk, they have the taxi drive to the village head house, want the village head to pay the taxi fee for him. So the village head is really mad about this. So sister then suggest me give it a chance, give it a try. When I go to his house, he take very neat, take care of his house neatly. He still got some good point of keeping his life in a neat condition. So said, why don't you keep a share of the food for him? So he said, do you think it's useful? Be nice to him. So you can see he's very... So one day we're going to change this person. We check his living condition. So she cannot get water. So after 16 months accompanying for them, so we got agreement that we're gonna fix up their house. So all the neighbors close their doors because they're afraid of this Mr. Liu. So I never call him Mr. Liu. I just call him Brother Liu. And he called me Sister Zeng. It's like a family. So, Brother Liu, your wife is changed. So, treat your wife good. So we start fixing his house, fixing the house leaking problem, and fix his bed. So the pipe is broken. We can fix it for free. So we fix the pipes. So we also install a sink. a sink for them. So his wife is feel very happy. If you want to change other people, don't change. Why don't you change yourself first? And was helping them. So we go there every month, every week. So the round trip is more than 100 kilometers. So every time I bring a bag of rice, I open the bag for him because I'm afraid he's gonna use the rice to change for wine. He got his own living method. So we work with local volunteer to help him to give up drinking. So he gave up drinking finally to become a environmental protection volunteer of Tzu Chi. So he went to the environmental protection station. He make it very clean location by himself. So keeping in the environmental protection station, he should go back to the society. We're helping to find job, and he was not very successful, even 7 or 8 jobs. So the local community need a cleaning job. So he liked the job. He did the cleaning job over 10 years and retired on the job. He also joined our study group. He still not give up his smoking. Still cannot give up that. So Zeng said, why don't you give up smoking? So all the newspaper, he make it very neat. So you need to praise him, not to condemn him, so he feel happy about himself. That's the most important thing. He's a very useful person. So one day I invited him to the office to have lunch. I saw his face red, said, how come you already give up drinking? So he said, when people tell him just one time is okay. I told him, you're a volunteer of Tzu Chi, you must behave. He just promised me he won't drink anymore. He promised. So every time he's off work, he will go to the environmental protection. He already saved some money to his brother's wife. So the 2 brothers, the other brother doesn't steal anymore. So we solved 2 brothers' problem. So it's a very happy thing to visit. So already the 4th stage of cancer, I still stand here because every day I go to visit those people who need help. There are more people are suffering more than us. So one young lady said she only have 2 days left in her life. She's still got a kid. She only 32 years old, but he doesn't want to die. Life is just take the train. Everybody have to go off the train for some time, a different time frame in life. So I went to the hospital to visit him every day. I bring some book, some jokes, like her happy. So every time we visit the people who need help, so every time he put up his house, he always doing in all details. He doesn't want to just because his knees is not good, so he doesn't go to the emergency protection station so often. So when he got the first month's salary, he donated 1,000 to Tzu Chi. So if you have patience, you find there. So you have to find out what he's good at. We have to encourage people. So you can stand up from their failure is the best thing. So we have to be sensitive and we have to be passionate and with wisdom. It's not too hard. It's whether it's yourself, whether you want to do it or not. So the communication model, there are many ways to do that. Don't blame them. Don't blame them. Don't blame them why not go to work. So I have a different Mother's Day this time. It's a young man who retired from army. So I find a job for him. So he got hired. He's so happy. I'm still worried whether he can do the job. So we just check with him what's his plan. He wants to go to work. We can support your first month's living expense. Once you get a salary, you should take care of your own life. We use the warm, caring model. If you care, if you blame him, he doesn't want to respond to you. You must talk to the point. Don't talk anything relevant. This is a very important language used to communicate. We must give them some good suggestion. Don't stop while they're talking. I'll leave the point for you. There are 5 points. We must be sympathy. So we must control our emotion. If you don't bring your emotion over. So must use encouragement and praise. It's more effective than anything. So we question and must interact. That's just so we need to repeat when they're talking, don't stop their talking. Don't be too personal, and don't jump to conclusion. Don't be talking emotional. If you don't understand, don't try to pretend you understand. It must be warm people to pave the way. So must be want to care people. If you want to be so must be sympathy. They must be passionate, and people want to help people. I really appreciate I have the chance to. I want to appreciate my brother. He's an operator for me. Also my driver. So he's my ATM when I'm doing 司机。
在家是什么？总机。出门是什么？然后他需要用钱，这个人就是什么
？At home is a operator, is a driver, ATM.
好，所以真的非常感恩山鸡先生，请你可以打开口罩。
We also need those good full function. You can take out your mask. I won't scare this guest. You just do 3-in-1 function. You can influence. He wants to talk. Sister Zeng.
我们家两位小朋友说：“妈，你这样不行，爸爸会失业，没有司机。”
My children said, "If you know how to drive, then your father will lose his job." I can speak loud because I'm still healthy. We keep a social distance. Really help children. Every time we see the content is very positive. Thank you. So don't let me talk, but still want to talk. Sister Yang from Yunnan. So motivate.
婆婆，你有没有很开心？讲国语你应该可以听得懂哦。这个婆婆也是很厉害的哦，可以让那个刘二哥这样。所以其实啊，就是每一个人在某一个地方去深入投入的时候，你真的可以表现得如此的杰出。如果
everybody can devote it one community, they can do a great job. Very respectful couple. Yeah. Even Sister Zeng is not getting well, but she cares about those people. Still moving forward. The Buddhi spirit is very touching. Life, it doesn't matter the length, but the width and the thickness is more matters. Brother Zhou is really a guardian for Sister Zeng. Really appreciate Sister Zeng help those 3 children to grow up healthy, happy.
我们每一次访视要出去，是不是带了很多我们进司的骨粉啊，什么什么之类的？那在这边
So the translation team is almost always translate.
你会觉得哦，这个香鸡面，那我们知道，可是你不知道。
We have some new 金丝 noodle. Right now we got the tomato flavor.
大社跨区导读的时候，他们即将呢跟大家结缘这样子的香鸡面，但是不会一整包了，一个人2小包，试试好不好？其他自己买好不好？那我手上拿的这个就是我们的院长赵有成院长非常推荐的净湿利能营养素、调养素。但是你说，怎么现在不是 recommended？ 大家的需求有随身包。同时叫做补充包，就是我们喝了以后，是不是常常有那个瓶子？那我们每次都买那1罐的话，就觉得我用补充包。
This is a supplement package.
然后大家可以知道我们有椰糖吗？那椰糖在很多糖之类，它是属于比较好的糖哦。
High protein. Is a coconut sugar is a better sugar than other sugar.
上网去查一查。那我们有姜粉，然后
This is ginger powder.
好，这个部分也让我讲一下，稍微再
Bamboo
然后
ginger
我们的凤梨果干，
is more
我们的
different.
师傅他非常的一个灵敏，就是他可以让很多的一个
This is pineapple, dry
凤梨果干，这是新品。那之前
dry pineapple.
的果干，而且芒果果干其实有2种，所以请大家在
This is a new product.
的时候，或者
This is a mango, dry mango strip.
我们的净丝，请大家
So these are used for your own leisure or be a gift. So please
也请主场的家人
note
呢，
the 金丝。
请主场的家人呢，就是也拿起这样的香椿饼，因为母亲节每次的母亲节，我们的郭伯虎师兄都会跟我们结缘香椿饼。好，那你今天香椿饼可能
Every time is Mother's Day.
那我们非常感恩。那
They always have the
那应该是
香椿
那因为上个礼拜呢
biscuit.
结缘太2样东西了，所以我就说这个礼拜来结缘哈。所以现在请大家呢，把它举好放在旁边。那我同时间呢，我回应一下一些讯息，然后什么时候拿下来？主场的家人拿高高。好，那边
I respond to some instant message.
来，感恩你们回去哈。好，那他们离开的时候就表示已经照好了，就是这边哈。那我同时间也跟大家回应一下。好，那汉文师兄说土耳其蛮汉的海国。
So let me respond to instant message. Hawan brother said the Turkey Manahan school is very touching. Brother who's sharing got a lot of response. Brother Yang from Changsha. So
他说很开心在这里哈。湖北的宜昌的于军，还有呢，我们来自大陆的张玉琪，
so he's very happy.
荷兰南洋的家人都已经报道，很喜欢线上读书。那刚才云南大理的杨颖哦，
陈波 brother 陈波 ，they all love the study group.
有正能量。说我现在家里串场，师兄讲
I love to be with you because you got a positive energy.
玉梅就说哈
So
yes, Sister Din 雪玉 sharing is very informative, positive energies. The virus up upon listening to her each time. 就是每一次只要听雪玉师姐的一个分享的时候呢，她其实都觉得非常有正能量哈。那江西的春香师姐，谢谢你；南昌的陈兰师姐，在听完胡光中的分享，就觉得很有正能量。那么 Carrie 刘，你是在台东哈，非常的感恩你。然后西安的袁福林、袁福元，他说对43的协助。
When she heard the brother who's sharing, she feel full of positive energy.
今天我们的谢文清师兄呢，正在为大家英文口译哈。那耀明呢，跟佩君在加拿大，他也觉得学玉的分享真的非常有影响力哈。那在这边我们非常感恩我们的
So she shared
fierce energies when hears brother who sharing， 就是每一次只要听到胡光师兄的
brother Bravo and
他这里 cannot imagine
Mr. Nisan. Every time we hear Brother Guang-Zhong's sharing,
disciples can carry Buddhism teachings so through and deep, existing novel Buddhists like me， 他就是无法去想象伊斯兰教的这一些就是近世弟子能够把上人这样的一个佛法如此的深入应用，像他一样哈，所以真的非常的感恩。那我们的北加州的博爱朱师姐 ，looking forward to this week on live study groups waiting in front of my PC。好，谢谢。
So, hi Zhou from Northern California.
也在跟我们知道哈。那实际上我天天喝也让妈妈一起来喝，可以预防感染哈。这个就是我们的金斯本草饮。那么慈管师姐就说，学玉让我们看到用心就是专业，太棒了，学玉真是超级100分哈。那加拿大的 Emily 郭，你说大灾悲情，难行能行片环语，惨痛教育，点滴爱心齐汇聚哈，非常感恩学玉师姐精准的一个导读哈，那非常感恩。那同时黑河
All right, so a few final comments that we're going through.
团队之外，他说黑河目前在外面大风零上9度，有点凉。它零上9度，可是它常常以前给我们说零下好几度了，所以我刚才突然为什么告诉我们零上？哦，对对对，以前都零下，所以零上哈。我们这里很热哎哦。好，这里加拿大的贝尔说，听过胡光中师兄多次分享，但是还是依然感动满满。慈济是一把伞，慈济是一艘船，满纳海的海。
Another volunteer from Canada has shared their comments about Brother Hu's sharings as well. And mentioned that I've heard Brother Hu share so many times, but each time it's still just as touching as the last.
而且那个我们都不知道，嘉玲，你知道他们募到$6000这件事吗？你刚刚才知道，我也是刚刚才知道。你看我们2个落伍了，可是那个北京的陈林君说我知道，你看给北京的陈林君。这表示他什么？一天到晚跟着云端，我已经跟云端跟很紧的人，我还第一次听到，所以观众朋友，那首先我们到大陆，哇，真的大陆真的让我非常感恩你们，感恩你们。首先我们看到哈。
So earlier, one of the comments had indicated that, or one of the individuals who commented had indicated that they already knew about how, I think it was Brother Hu had, or at least the community he was working with had fundraised a pretty considerable amount of money. And, Sister Mei-Hui herself didn't know about this, other folks didn't know about this, but that volunteer who commented did know about it, which means that that volunteer had been listening to a lot of, I believe it was Brother Hu sharing in different forums. And so a lot of thanks to a lot of our brothers and sisters in China for their dedication and for following along in a lot of these stories. And here on screen, you can actually see a few sharings that our volunteers, written sharings that our volunteers have sent in. Okay. So Sister Mei-Hui here is sharing about the content of the sharing, each of the written sharings here. So haven't gone into detail there, but just moving pretty quickly through them. Another one of these written sharings indicated they were very grateful for Brother Wenqing, who's one of our translators today, as well as Sister Sijing for the programming that they had hosted previously. And one of these volunteers also sharing that at the time they were only beginning to undergo Siji certification training, and it was Brother Wenqing or Brother Victor who had helped guide them through a lot of their training. And on one of these occasions, they learned that Brother Victor had actually only left the hospital the day before they met with, or he met with them for training. So they were very touched about that. So moving on, our next speaker today is going to be from China. So looking at some of the videos in China, we see actually that there are a lot of vegetarianism promotion efforts there as well. And so, for example, these two individuals right here had a vegetarian wedding ceremony celebration. The bride and groom, through this wedding, their biggest wish was to bring even more positive energy to the world by promoting vegetarianism diets for more people. And so, even despite all of these efforts, we know that there is more to do. So the case we're going to be talking about today, there is a mother and a daughter. And for the mother, she actually has a little bit of a mental or emotional concern. And so, of course, there's a lot of communication that needs to be done with the mother. So that was one story. Now, the region today that we're going to specifically is the Changsha city in Hunan province in China. And so we'll take a look at when Siji's relationship with this location, with Changsha, began. So some of the residents, local residents here, amidst the pandemic, saw that Zhou responded so quickly in sending over much needed supplies, and were very touched by this. So many different medical and personal protective equipment were sent over. And in this last video here, You see actually a little bit of a walkthrough beginning in 1998. We had already begun supporting Changsha, including, I believe it was a flood from 1998. So it's been a total of nearly 21 years. Although this is an outdated video, so it's been closer to maybe 23 years. So it's been a long time that we've been at Changsha. So actually you see right here on one of the local residents' jacket, the Ciji logo is stitched on there. And this resident very much values this piece of clothing because of the symbolism and representation of Ciji. So let's welcome our speaker today. So Sister Ma Ping and Sister Jin Ping. So it sounds like they're muted. Oh, they're there. Okay. Master, Dharma Masters at the Abode and Ciji family all around the world. Good day to everyone. I am a volunteer from Hunan. My name is Ma Ping. So today we're going to talk about a case, an individual case where we're going to talk about a mother-in-law and her daughter-in-law. And it sounds like there was a conflict between this mother-in-law's son and her daughter-in-law. And there was also a conflict of who would have rights to have their child. And so there was very much a difficult and emotional situation here. And the mother, I'll call her Sister Zhou, you could see that she was very much in despair. Next, we'll have Sister Jin Ping share about our story of going to see their child. So volunteers split into two cars to make a nearly 3-hour trip by car to visit the elementary school where the child attends. And the whole time as we were traveling over, Sister Zhou were saying, volunteers were saying to Sister Zhou that she definitely should be respectful to the father and mother-in-law and to the teachers as well. And at first she was very reluctant because she felt that they had brought her a lot of harm. But nevertheless, through a lot of speaking to Sister Zhou over time, and helping to explain that we want to use love to build a bridge and to resolve these afflictions, she finally agreed and even called in advance, I believe, to the school to say that she was coming to see her child. Once we reached the school, volunteers took out a Ciji magazine to introduce Ciji. And Sister Zhou also took out gifts for the teacher. And So when we went to the classroom to see the child, Sister Zomi brought out a number of snacks and donuts for her son to share with her students. And volunteers encouraged Sister Zomi to go hug her son and to give the son her affection, which she then did do. And when this happened, we also saw that her son, his name is Chen Xi, he finally showed a glimpse of a smile, where before this we hadn't seen this at all. Afterwards, we also went to the father-in-law and mother-in-law's house, and we all collectively expressed to this, we'll call them grandma and grandpa, that we were here to thank them for having taken care of Sister Zomi's son, or their grandson. And through Sister Zomi's expression of respect and gratitude to them, they were actually very surprised because they had such a bad relationship in the past. And they were so touched that you could see tears in their eyes. And we could also see that Sister Zomi, her heart was loosening up as well. We could see that she was starting to relax a little bit, and also we could see her smile too. So really we could see that love here was like a medicine, a solution to them, and help them to resolve the afflictions that they had held for so long. On our way back, we could really feel that Sister Zomi, it's like she had shed a lot of these negative emotions that she had held for so long. We could see that she was, you could really just see a sense of relief on her. Afterwards, volunteers continued to follow up with Sister Zomi. And there were a lot of mutual messages of gratitude, volunteers to Sister Zomi and Sister Zomi to the volunteers as well. And a lot of volunteers continue to encourage Sister Zomi to, for example, keep positive communications with the school of her son and with her family. And we could see so much positive change in this family, including, I believe it was Sister Zomi bringing the Tsuji bamboo bank home as well to hopefully help others in need as well. So really, through this experience, we can see the power of gratitude, respect, and love, and the importance of doing that which we know is the right thing to do. All right, thank you to Sister Ma Ping and Jin Ping.
马平跟坚平，你们两个好棒哦！这么精准的一个时间，跟我们分享这一份的爱哈。那同时间，我们并不是故意安排，但是这么恰巧，今天无论是台湾这个部分的慈善，或是
So we didn't necessarily plan for this, but in this sharing and the prior sharing, you could really see the importance of perseverance in our cases, right? Despite a lot of difficulties, continuing to persevere and through love, seeing the impact that that's able to make on individuals and their families. So here we actually have, we received a lot of feedback, both in English and Chinese. And we encourage everyone to continue sharing through comments in our various platforms. So a lot of comments for Sister Mei-Hui.
直处在的是槟城，他说：“美惠师姐你好棒，肯定他是的，人人都需要被肯定。对，让对方更有信心，耐心陪伴很重要。没有优点，要找出他的优点，感恩师姐的提点。所以你很重要。所以我每一次一上课的时候，赞美时间赞，我也是一直赞美我们的学生，就是每一节课一定有办法，就是即便大家觉得很伤透脑筋，我还是要想尽办法。所以呢，就是会越跨越能，说你行你就行，不行也行。所以就是在这样的一个状态之下，我们希望给这一些不太有能力。
And especially through our comments, we really want to bring positive energy, especially to those folks who may need more of our encouragement. So our next section is going to be a little bit of physical activity. So today we're going to go through a hand washing song. So we're going to do a little exercise together. So everyone, please rise with us. And let's go through the song. All right, everybody, are you ready? Take out both of your hands, put on your mask, and let's do this together. Turn on the faucet, then turn it off. Dry your hands after you wash them. Diligently wash your hands before you eat, and wash your hands after you return home. Don't touch your eyes, ears, mouth, nose, or face. And remember the 7 steps of washing your hands, which is many different sections on your hands. Now, when there are a lot of people, put on your mask, and also put on your mask when you're entering an enclosed space. Hold your mask neatly when you're not using it, and put it in your pocket or bag. Again, don't touch your eyes, ears, mouth, or nose. And I'll actually just quickly go through the 7 steps of the washing hands, which is the palms of your hands, the back of your hands, between your fingers, pushing your knuckles against your palm, washing your thumb, washing or pushing your fingertips or nails against your palm, and washing your wrists. All right, so repeating again, turn on and off the faucet, dry your hands after you wash them, diligently wash your hands before you eat, and also when you return home. Again, don't touch your face unnecessarily, and then remember the 7 steps of washing your hands. When there are lots of people, put on your mask. Also put on a mask when you're entering enclosed spaces. Hold your mask neatly when not using it, and put it in your pocket or bag. All right, last time, don't touch your face unnecessarily, and remember the 7 steps of washing your hands. All right. So we're also going to do some stretching exercises today. So today we're going to use a different song. It's actually from one of Ziji's dramas that you may have seen on the Dai channel. So let's stretch together. All right, let's take steps and raise our arms in this way. I would say follow along the video. To the side.
换边，再换边来。1、2、换边。来啊，女神准备出来了，来，女神。哎，女神出来了，点肩，擦点，点肩，再来一次。不要，哎，为什么不要呢？不好的通通不要来哦。不要不要。不厌倦，来，来3起1起，换手，1、2、3，来转，1，换边，下面，再来上面。
I hope you all can see the video and are following along. And hopefully a little bit of the audio is playing as well so you can hear the music.
来手举高，6、7，来换手，来右手，2，要有力气，来，月亮喽，月亮，1、2、3，换手，
All right, everyone, give yourself a round of applause and please be seated.
来，慢慢请坐下。好，很多事情都曾经会有那种咋样，但是呢。
So there are a lot of things in our life that we'll think, man, if only I had known back then. But in entering Tzu-Chi, we guarantee that we'll have no regrets. So we wish everyone health and happiness. All right, thank you to our activities team.
也非常感恩，就是号角响起，唱这样的一首歌，我们越来越熟悉了。其实跟着节奏，其实可以活络一下筋骨哈。我们的喜明师兄呢，在美国。
So Brother Leon from the U.S. Shared in the YouTube comments that Sister, I believe it was Mei-Hui from earlier, has stage 4 cancer and yet is still so energetic. So indeed, a lot of our volunteers are our best teachers. And Sister Effie also shared and Sister Mei-Hui also sharing that despite her health condition, she's still making so many positive contributions.
Okay, next will be our seasonal star, Sister Zhang. If you're not familiar with herself, you're familiar with her voice. She's been on the Da'ai Great Love Radio for a long time. Last time they were here, last time Jia-Ling was here, and this is the video from their last visit. Actually, they must have made good karma last lifetime, and this time they did not come together, but Yijun is coming next time. Let's see how wonderful Sister Jia-Ling is. This is a report of how Sister Jia-Ling received the broadcast award. Broadcast workers from 41 countries were there to witness her receiving of this wonderful award. She received the award for her report on the Gansu water well. And I will pass the details to the line groups so people can see them. And this is a video about Great Love Radio 35th anniversary. Here is a report of how she received the award for the love to Gansu and the blessing water well. In the early days, you can see the early pictures. At the online radio 25th anniversary, they celebrate the birthday, and you can see the program. Jia-Ling's sister was there, and she talked about the challenge for broadcasting workers. These are the old days, how they recorded the programs. And she went to the winter distribution sites and reported the events. And she reported about South Africa and Indonesia incidents and events. And you can see the old times, how they reported. And now let's welcome Sister Jia-Ling and look at this. Let's sing this song together. This program is like the oasis in the human world. Okay, let's sing the chorus together. And wave your hands. 大爱电台 means the Great Love Radio. So this is the 大爱 Great Love Radio song. The Great Love Radio is always protecting the sentient beings. The Great Love Radio the sound of great love. Blesses us with every single sound. And see, this is how she reports the blue sky, white cloud, great time. We're very grateful for Sister Jia-Ling to come here. She actually had morning, afternoon, and evening version of the Great Love Radio song. Today we welcome Sister Jia-Ling to tell us the details about the Great Love Radio. Thank you. Thank you. Teacher Mei, Master, and masters and all friends over the world. Good day. I am Jia-Ling. How are you?
听说要站在叉叉的前面。我相信经过了刚刚健康操，很庆幸我会。
I'm glad that I'm in broadcast because when I saw the exercises earlier, I was not able to do as good as they did. Our program is called Blue Sky, White Cloud, Great Time. It's related to Tzu Chi volunteers' uniform, the blue sky and white cloud uniform. So we wanted to report the wonderful things they did and the wonderful time they brought to people. And then I become a representative of luck. Originally, I thought because of COVID, maybe I don't need to be here, but because I am a lucky representative, so I want to be here and bring good luck and blessings to everyone here. I'm very grateful for the name my parents gave me, Jia-Ling. It's a very common and popular name used by many people. And because it's so common, I always wondered, who am I? Why is everyone having the same name as mine? And do I have anything unique at all? Today, I want to thank Sister Mei-Hui for giving me the time to be here. When I saw the report of the 25th and the 35th year anniversary, I noticed that all the years did make some influence on myself. I think I gained some weight. I think we can accumulate goodness or evil as time goes by. So we don't want to give up any single minute or any second. We want to hold on to every single good thought. This way we can fulfill eternity. And we want to keep our compass and don't deviate any bit, walking toward the correct direction. In my life, I have always been trying to hold on to every good karma, making the best out of every opportunity. Sometimes we have difficulty to promise something. However, once we promise to do it, we will make the best use of it. So this slide is showing we go with the flow and also we make the best use of any opportunity to do good deeds. Go with the flow is kind of pessimistic, but we want to grasp the opportunity that's more optimistic. When people ask us to do something, why sometimes we would just say, oh, I'll go with the flow. Sometimes it means just do it and turning the homework. But in Tzu Chi world, I gained a lot of positive energy from the Buddha, and I try to do my best whenever any opportunity comes. It's very coincidental. My first interview was Sister Mei-Hui, the speaker earlier who talked about the wonderful things she did in charity. Talking about grasping the opportunity and doing the best, now, whenever bad things happen to us, we should think those as the testing opportunities of our endurance. They help us grow. In Tzu Chi, I learned a lot and to grow my wisdom life. I like to use this picture a lot in my interviews. The person that's clearest in this picture is our master Zheng, and the other people are moving around. So we need to learn Master Zheng how to keep very firm and steadfast no matter what happened in the environment. You see the word itself says, we tell the truth, we do the real things, and our heart is rested calmly in Dharma. I'm actually pretty introvert. In 1998, I entered Tzu Chi, and in 2003, I was certified as a commissioner. My Dharma name is Ming Bing. This is a picture of I receiving the certification from Master Zheng. Why am I so touched by this picture more recently? In that year, when I was certified in 2003, there was SARS. I was pretty disappointed that finally I was certified, but I had to wear masks due to SARS. Last year, when I shared this picture, I noticed that the pandemic actually is the bad karma time. So no matter what happened in the environment, we need to use our real inner self and recall our initial inspiration to do everything. Our master told us that when you record, you need to keep the mic at a certain distance. Then your voice will be more gentle and more calm, very soft. When I recorded my voice, Master listened and Master said, you could keep your mic a little bit farther. That way your voice will be even softer and more gentle. I was really amazed that how could Master see me even though she only heard my voice? So the technical advice was you need to keep the mic closer so your voice is clearer. But Master told us something more humane about if you keep a little distance, then your voice will be softer. Then someone told me that maybe Master's cell phone has a higher power. This advice from Master let me know that when everyone was protecting us, just telling us about our strengths, and I really appreciate the soft, gentle advice Master gave me to make my voice softer and more user-friendly. Before this, I never realized that how stubborn I was, sticking with my technical specialty. Now I realize that you could incorporate more humane touch to your technical skills. So Master was reminding me that we need to pay attention to listeners' feelings. And we want to realize what the listeners really want to listen. When you really go among the people to understand what they really need, then you can give them what they really want. Most of the time, we thought we are very technical, we know everything, but we actually neglected what people really want and really need. Here's another advice from Master. We need to recognize people. We need to understand what they really need. Then we can devote with our heart. Actually, people love the most is the personable. They want you to be personable. You have very gentle manner and kind voice, very pleasant. That's a good reminder for us, radio broadcasters, to keep our personal and gentle manners to be pleasant to our listeners. Blue sky, white cloud, gray time is a place for everyone to meet. I did the Infinite Meanings Sutra book club guiding reading and other sutras. So I create those programs for the book clubs to use. I also did the 37 Dharma practices. In 2005, there was a there were bad criticisms about Tzu Chi, and I couldn't keep myself calm. And then Master reminded us that we don't want to fight with the world, we don't want to fight with the people, we don't want to fight with the matters. No matter what happened in the environment, we want to keep our calmness. And we want to be absorbed in the Dharma and apply the Dharma to our daily lives. That's why at that time I was very persistent about listening to Master's teaching and broadcasting Master's teaching to the listeners of our radio station. If in the past you were not able to listen to these programs, here I have my QR code. You're welcome to go back to these programs and all the things we reported. And you can listen to Master's teaching in our programs. And I have another QR code later to share with you our other programs. See, this is the QR code for the Lotus Sutra preface. And a lot of book clubs are starting these books right now. Now, spring is here, and the flowers are blossoming, and all the book clubs are starting, and they have done a lot. They have studied a lot. This is when I was responsible for the day one of our book club. Why do I call our book club? The sushi bowls are blossoming because we have our book clubs at lunchtime, and we eat our lunch together, and then we study together. It's very interesting. Lunchbox blossoming book club. Only after 3 meetings, the winter vacation started. So we took a break. You can see on the slide, the red blocks is the winter vacation. After the winter vacation, people started to give excuses about, oh, I have this, I have that, I cannot make it. So I was thinking, oh, I really want to be like a Shili Buddha. You learned about Shili Fu's test when he wanted to turn from the small vehicle to the great vehicle. He went through lots of hardship. So I was almost like Shili Fu to turn back, but then Master reminded us, when we learn Buddhism is our mind. Every person should pay attention to our mind and thought. So we only have to take care of our mind. How come it's so difficult to take care of? Yeah, in the preface of Lotus Sutra, don't we have 6 accomplishments? So it takes 6 conditions in order for good things to happen. As people, we need to accumulate all minute blessings, adding them together to have a good, accomplished life. I think to have the Dharma in our mind is so important. That's why I like to promote the book study. Because this year is the 55th anniversary of Tzu Chi, we have more special programs to promote book club and learning the Dharma and studying the Dharma and sharing the Dharma and practicing the Dharma together. We also have the 7 parables, songs, and the lyrics sharing. We also have summary of people's learning lessons and wisdoms. We also have reports from Brother Si-Xian and Sister Jing-Yuan. These are more book study clubs meetings that we had. And these are the videotapes that we produced. Brother Sishan said, even people may not be begging Master to teach us Lotus Sutra again, but Master will still teach us that. Master wants us to have very firm faith and believe in Dharma and practice Dharma. We cannot pretend that Master is still young, and we cannot pretend that we are still young. But we should be like the kids in this sutra. We need to keep our mindness and the aspiration. There's another example about 7 pearls. In the Jingsi Dharma lineage and the Ciji family. The Master's teaching is really important for us to pass our Ciji Dharma, Jingsi Dharma, and the Ciji practice. And if you have the opportunity, make sure you watch the 7 parabola. These are the producers and the songwriters of the great production. All the bodhisattvas must be familiar with the lyrics of these songs. It takes a lot of effort to put these together. See, for each example story, that's a challenge. One of the author's father passed away in 21 days with the liver disease. And this author can really feel the love of father to son. This screenwriter says, they actually wrote and rewrote the lyrics, and Master Zheng had also proofread those lyrics. Even though writers do not like their product to be touched by other people or changed by other people, but because of the importance of these lyrics, they actually went through a lot of reviewing process, making sure they are the best product. And the screenwriter Zhang said, I wrote this with the heart of a religious person to produce other religious, spiritual songs. Oh, you know the song of Yuan Meng, fulfill the dream, and the Xingyuan, practicing the will. Those are all products of him. So you know how wonderful his products are. I know you are busy usually, but I think it's a worthwhile thing for brothers and sisters to listen to this. Yeah, you only need to wipe my QR code here and you can listen to these wonderful products. The whole collection of the book study and the whole collection of the production of the 7 examples in Lotus Sutra.
自从我们这个 LINE 的群组呢收起来之后啊，因为这个 LINE 的收费方式的调整跟改变，对人文置业中心来说，我们都很希望把大家的钱善用，大家的
We want to make the most use of Foundation's fund. So the Humanistic Culture Group has created this telegram. If you use your cell phone, you change your language, you can add yourself into the Great Love online radio station by swiping this QR code into your cell phone. You need to take a picture of this last slide because it has all the QR code for you to join our Great Love online radio station. You can also listen to our 24-hour broadcast. You can go to our website. See, these are all the programs we have on YouTube, on Facebook, and on SoundCloud, etc. There's also a 24-hour free podcast. The SoundCloud has all our sound files. Especially people with Apple iPhones to take a picture of these QR codes. They are very, very useful. You will have connection to all of our products for you. Okay, take a picture of that slide now. So just a little touch of your finger, then everyone in the whole world can listen, can hear us. I'm laughing because Master told you to keep a little distance from the mic, so your voice will be softer. And teacher Mei said, Master will tell me to just remove your mic because my voice is too loud. So we want to thank Sister Jia-Ling for her wonderful program and sharing.
感恩美云老师，上人、长珠师父、现场以及各位线上的家人朋友们，大家好。好，非常感恩美云老师已经连续3年都让金丝谷队
Hi everybody.
来跟大家来做
Thank you, Teacher Mei-Hui. Every May that we're showing our report, it also encourages us how to improve ourselves.
来跟大家分享一些小故事。可是，在故事之前呢，先跟大家分享一些
Today I'm going to share some story with you. Before I talked about the story, I want to tell you where it comes from. Our Jingsi band, musical bands, started from the environmental protection station. Every year we witness how the seniors are getting older, so we want to do something for them. We want to show you a very easy way to understand the environment of this environmental protection station. People who come here, they can enjoy our delicious lunch pack. And April 17 is our Environmental Protection Day. I'm going to share one of the stations. It's at Linja, Kaohsiung. You can see from the picture that volunteers use the wire and packing tape to make signs for the waste-free market. And they also use a recycled fan tray to string together with cotton rope. And they use packing tape to make the signboard for the waste-free market. We are able to invite 2 neighborhoods, people who live in that. This is a video clip I want to show you. It's the day of the event. You can see the tray is made of a fan. We took it off and used it as a display tray. And all the rope is from the styrofoam rope. Everything you see here is made from stuff that we collected at the Environmental Protection Station. And this is the ribbon cutting ceremony. And we have a local leader. They bring people from neighborhood. They came. And most people are helping out here. They're senior. And despite their age, they are pretty quick at doing things. Their eyes are sharp. They say, well, I've been doing this for a long time. It doesn't bother me. And this picture on the left, he is a volunteer, a senior volunteer, and he's showing participants how to disassemble stuff. Fast forward all the slides. And you can see that mom bring their kids to the environmental protection station. And by bringing young people in, the kids learning how important to do this kind of stuff at the very early age. And this mom who came to the station, she was surprised that she could actually come to the environmental protection station and doing recycling with her family, with her kids. And this is the best education for her kids too. Good afternoon. I'm going to show you another environmental protection station at Renwu. I was able to go to a golf course and to promote our event. We have about 50 to 60 volunteers that night, and we went to promote and invite people to our environmental protection station on April 17. And this is the pre-preparation photos. Earlier, people mentioned about how they make the signboard using the recycled material. This is what we came up with. You can see the board behind the people. It is all made from recycled material. This is such a special sign that you cannot find anywhere. And this is the agenda of the day. We also prepare the list of staff arrangement. And when I try to arrange which person need to do what, I was able to get help from other people. Quickly, we came up with all the staff arrangement. And this is the sign-in sheet. We arrange this list is alphabetical order by people participants' name. And when they signed in, we can make a check mark next to their name. At the end, we found out people who register, about 70% showed up. There's some little difficulty that people who register with a different name or with a different main name. So it was a little confused at first. And when we separated by age and group, this is the kids' favorite. This is the plastic bottle station. Kids like to step on it and they feel very proud of what they did. And this is another plastic bottle station. We have several seniors who came. They want to contribute what they can, so they're willing to help. Oh, this is another station. It's very stress release. When people see the green bottle, they feel so relaxed because they complete everything. And this is the plastic bag station. The picture here shows that the father came with his daughter. So this is a picture of a father and daughter doing together. And the daughter also enjoying doing all the recycling stuff with her father. The picture at the bottom, it's a junior high student. She saw the flyer and she's interested. So she asked her friend if they want to come, but none of her friends want to. So she decided to come by herself. It's the first time she came to the station by herself. And she learned there's so much waste at the station. She felt that she had to pay more attention to the recycling in the future. And many people learn that they can practice environmental protection in their daily life. They can rewash their plates. They don't have to use throwaway plastic utensils. So at the end of the day, we calculated we have about 220 people attended the events. And every time we have an event like this, we see new faces. We're happy that new people can keep coming to our station and bring their friends and family over too. I'm grateful to everyone who participated in this event and hope that this event can plant the seeds of environmental protection in the hearts of the participants. So a total of 9 recycling stations were participated, and we have over 2,000 people participate.
QR code 就是我们静思股队的青发校读书会脸书，如果大家有空就麻烦加一下，然后按赞、留言加分享，就可以随时知道我们静思股的动态。感恩大家。
By hosting this kind of events, people can keep coming, learn about 慈济, learn about environmental protection.
进士股队的时候，我们就年轻世代进士股给他们赞，真的很赞，对不对？就觉得好有希望。年轻世代进士股队，赞。
Thank you, everybody. Please show up. Have your thumbs up. I feel so hopeful with these young people of what they do to help the earth. We have people, here are some feedback from people at the audience. They felt by listening to previous speaker's voice, her voice is so soft and relaxed. And another feedback is, I grew up listening to broadcast. I love her voice. And here's some books that Sister Mei-Hui is promoting. It's Jingsi Dharma. And you can see a lot of pictures. That's what Tzu Chi produced. This is mosquito repellent. And we also have herbal drinks, different kind of powder, protein powder. And this is the preview for next week. On May 19, we invited people, volunteer from Chicago of the United States, come over to talk about it. And the school principal and this is the preview for June 2nd. And here are the poster on that week. June 9th, we're going to invite the professor and also Dai drama. I'm so grateful for you to join me tonight. Please hold your hand. take a bow. First, second, third.